All right, everybody, welcome to this week's edition of the Unknown Files show on the Author Call Radio Network. Everyone's having a great Wednesday night. We're going to be talking with folks from the Illinois Paranormal Research Group. Cheryl's going to be joining us here real quick, and they're going to be talking about the hunting at Farrar. So the show's brought to you a little bit by Revelton Spirits, the official spirits of the Unknown Files show down in Osceola, Iowa. If you haven't checked them out, please go do so. They had a new rye whiskey they got out. Yeah, I'm telling you what, it's Iowa grown and raised and distilled. And, beautiful. I mean, beautiful. Just Christmas present. All right, we're going to head over to the phones, and we're going to say hi to our guest. Hi, Cheryl. How are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you for asking. So, what you been up to since I last talked to you?
Oh, gosh. We've done our usual quarters one stunts, and then we went and visited Farrar Schoolhouse on Labor Day weekend, so that was fun.
Oh, I bet that was. Hank, how you doing down there at Revelton? You talk about spirit, Cheryl. That's the main spirit guy at Revelton Distillery. He's the one that puts all the mash and stuff in. Yeah, it gets a little spooky down there.
Those are the good spirits.
Yeah, those are the good spirits. I'm telling you. Yeah. So, well, hey, before now, somebody missed the last time we had you on. I can't believe this is the last show of the season. I mean, 29 shows already. It went quick.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. I'm telling you. It's deer season, though. I got to go sit in a tree now. So, tell everybody how Illinois Paranormal Research Group. What is that? How did it get started?
So we were formed in 2010 by our founders, Lindsay Hines and Eric Rasso. They had gone around with some other teams in our area and thought, we can do this. And they started the Illinois Paranormal Research Group. I joined soon after, and I've been running the team for about the past 6 years.
And I'm a little jealous. You got a lot of help, too. You got a lot of technical people there helping you.
I do have a lot of technical people. I'm using my daughter's setup because I don't have the setup she has.
I gotcha.
So we're using hers, and she's on the team.
Yeah. Now she's the one that was running after the ghosts at the mental hospital, right?
We were all chasing the ghosts at the mental hospital, but that's fine.
Yeah. Hey, Jacob Pike, how you doing? Jake's in Philadelphia tonight. Hi, Jake. Good to see you, bud. So, I've been to Farrar. It's a neat place, and I'll just leave it at that because I want you guys to talk about your story. Now, now you've been running the team how long, Cheryl?
I've been in charge of the team for 6 years now.
So in the 6 years, hey Tony Casey, good to see you. Thank you for watching and listening tonight. So in the last 6 years, how many places have you guys investigated?
Oh my gosh. So we do quarters one all the time. Squirrel Cage Jail, Villisca, Axe Murder House, Edinburgh Manor. Oh my gosh.
Do they have the app playing in the background?
They're on.
I'm hearing feedback. If listening to the app, just turn it down a little bit.
You need to turn your. Yeah. No, they have headphones on.
Okay, all right. I'm getting haunted. I got gremlins. That's okay. We're good. So, Squirrel House Jail, that's in Ohio, or over by Omaha, right?
Yes. That's an interesting place.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty crazy. So
it's neat.
Yeah. Robert Quick, how you doing? Thank you for watching and listening tonight. So, of all the places you guys have been to, how does Farrar rank as far as your experiences?
Oh, we're very spoiled with quarters one, which I still need to get you out here and come to quarters one with me. We have to talk.
I will do that next summer. I promise. I will get out there, and when you guys got an investigation going, and I would love to come out there with my little FLIR unit and spend a couple hours. That'd be fun. Yeah. I just, I didn't realize how much work this was going to be starting my own radio station. So I'm doing 6 shows a week, and it's killing me. Not bad for a kid with third grade education.
Hey, now.
No, I'm serious. I would have went to 4th grade, but I was too big for the chairs.
Cute.
Yeah.
Cute. I've got some second graders who are almost as tall as me, so it's fine.
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm just a slow learner. So okay, so you guys, it's up there now. Quarters one, that's over. That's in Illinois. That's the army place, right?
Yes.
So
Yep.
that's like a barracks and armory and stuff that you guys have access to, and you guys have dialogue. You get people getting pushed and punched, and isn't there like an old captain or something from the last show I remember? Is there
The
a colonel?
colonels. Yep. 3 colonels have passed in the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was that quarters one? Is that a billeting place for officers?
It was at one time.
Okay,
So it's the second largest living quarters, just second to the White House.
I got you. All right.
So yeah.
All right. Let's talk about Farrar.
Oh, Farrar.
How old is the school?
So Farrar, well, it opened in 1922,
Yeah.
closed its doors after 80 years. So it's not like super old.
Yeah. Hi Heidi. Hi. Is it? I can't read. Shauna. Hi Shauna. Hope I'm saying that right.
Shayna.
Shayna. Thank you, Shayna. I'm ashamed that I said it wrong, Shayna. See what I did there? That's what I did there. Shame. So you said it's how old? It's like 30, 40 years old?
No, it was 80 years old when it closed.
Oh, it's 80. It was 80 when it was closed. Now.
Yeah, it closed in 2002.
Okay, and this is in just outside of Des Moines, Iowa. What's the name of the school?
It is
Or the area?
Farrar Schoolhouse.
Yeah.
Farrar, Maxwell, Iowa. Farrar,
Yeah,
Iowa.
Farrar, out in that area. And
Yep.
there's a cemetery across the street.
That you are not allowed to go to.
Yeah, you can't go over there. They get mad.
Nope. The people get mad.
They do. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what was neat is this school, it was built because they outgrew their one-room schoolhouse.
Yeah.
That housed first grade to 12th graders. So they built this 17,000 square foot school to house first to 12th graders.
Can you imagine having first to 12th graders in one big class?
No.
That'd be like almost a Little House on the Prairie or something.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you froze on
cool.
It. So now you're a teacher. So this is when you guys were on the show the last time or when we talked, I asked you. I said, "All right, I want you to do some teacher stuff while you're there."
Yep.
Okay. So now, was that intimidating being a teacher on location? I mean, have you done that before in an educational setting?
No.
No.
So it was different going in because I had my team. They're naughty and they weren't cooperating with me. They were being naughty students.
Yeah.
But so we had a really that's Shayna.
Yeah, there you go. Shayna, you should be ashamed of yourself.
You should. Yeah. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah.
So we did the classroom session like at 2:00 in the morning.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we started off. We had our SB7, which is essentially a broken radio, and it scans the radio frequencies really fast.
Why is it broken? It's just that's how they set it up.
It's just how they set it up so that you can scan and it just takes out a lot of the noise and just plays like white noise.
Okay.
So then they can use it to form words and whatnot. So that session was hijacked between my team and who we believe was the principal.
Really? Of the school?
At the school, a principal. Okay. Who had thought?
Did you ask him if you could have a faculty meeting?
I did not. We kind of did, though.
Well,
I did.
I mean, if you got the main guy there, you might have got the math or the science teacher they join in.
Right. We talked about the kids.
Yeah.
And because there's stories that he was kind of a harsh principal.
What really?
But you didn't want to get taken to the principal's office.
So that stories that you guys found in the background of the school, or that came across the broken radio deal?
That was from talking to Nancy, the owner.
Okay.
So we just sat down and we just talked about kids today versus kids now. And I would say the most profound comment that we had is I was talking about how kids today just don't have respect
Yeah.
for school or for adults in general, and there aren't any consequences for their actions and their behavior. And his response through the SB7 was, "That's disappointing."
It actually came out and said that's disappointing.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Yes.
yeah. See, when I was a kid, I used to get. I mean, my principal had a paddle about this big and about this wide, and he
Yeah.
drilled it out. And it
Holes
holds.
in it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
and I got to know that paddle pretty well when I was in school
Oh,
because I was always in trouble. But I mean, there. Here's the thing too, Cheryl. And I love my mom and dad. I had great parents, and but it wasn't so much with the paddling I got at school that bothered me. It was when I got home and the old man found out about it.
that's why I never got in trouble in school, because
Yeah,
I was afraid to go home because my principal also had one of those paddles.
yeah, it hurt. They hurt. Yeah,
I never met it.
you didn't want to meet it. It wasn't
No.
fun. Yeah. So
Nope.
so now did you now see that would be cool if you would have got some ambient noises with somebody getting whacked. Whop. Nothing.
Maybe we can work on that at the insane asylum.
Well, no, I don't. I feel bad about. I'd feel bad about that. I mean, but
Are you volunteering yourself?
so you guys, yeah. What do they call that? A triggering. A
A
trigger.
trigger object.
Yeah,
Trigger
yeah.
object.
Drill out an old paddle and take it and see what happens. But
Right?
yeah, did when you guys were talking to the principal, was it that's all he said? Just was it a real brief conversation?
It was a short. It wasn't anything long and detailed, and we just mostly sat and talked and hoped something would happen.
Yeah, Caitlin Israel said hi, Cheryl.
Hey, Kate.
There you go. So, well, how do you know for sure it was the principal?
We can only assume.
I'm just asking.
We can. I mean, in any investigation, you can only assume because, and truth be told, we don't know who we're talking to.
Yeah, or who
Right?
or what? Who or what?
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
So you just go by feelings and responses and things like that, and you hope you're right.
So,
According,
so was that? Where did that happen in the classroom?
that was in the classroom.
Okay. And it's just one classroom, or there's multiple
There's
classrooms?
multiple classrooms. We
Right.
just chose one
Okay.
to do it in. So, but our most exciting session of the night was in the auditorium,
Okay, in the gym. Is that the gym?
not the gym.
It's a
Third
different.
floor in the auditorium.
Okay, tell it what happened there.
So it started off. We just sent Gabi, Chris, and Chloe went up to the auditorium, and everybody else stayed down in the gym, but we went into the boiler room. And about 30 minutes into our session, they walkie-talkie down to us and like, "Hey, can a couple of you come upstairs? Things are kind of weird." Okay. So we go upstairs. Catherine and I say, "See ya," to the boiler room. And we go upstairs. And Gabi's like, "I just want you to come and sit on the stage and just tell me what's going on." And so I start talking. I'm like, "Oh, you're a child." And I'm like, "Are you like 7 years old?" And we had the REM pod out. So that's like they have to touch it to make it go off. And I have videos that I'm going to post of this
Okay.
later on.
So that the light goes on and off if they touch it.
And noise.
And no.
And noise. Yep.
All right.
And so I told him, I said, "Oh, are you 7?" And it went off. "And you're a boy." It went off on my, "Oh." I said, "Well, I teach second grade. You would be in my class." And it just started beeping like crazy. It was amazing. And I'm like, "Oh, I would really like to know your name." And Gabi said, "How about you play your game?" So I have this thing where I go through the letters of the alphabet, and when I get to a letter in their name, they set it off.
The REM pod.
the REM pod.
Okay.
Or what at quarters 1 we use K2 meters, so they turn the lights on when we get to it.
Okay.
Here they like the REM pod. So we're going through and it goes, like I said, I'm going to post this video. Goes through and it's G and then A and then B. We're like, okay. And then Gabi goes, I think his name is Gabriel. And it went wild.
Really?
So then she starts talking to him about, and I'm like, I said, were you talking to Gabi because her name is like yours? And she's like, yeah, our names are very similar. And went through how she spells her name. And his name was Gabriel, but he got called Gabe for short. It was just the neatest encounter. And then he would stop talking. We would hear footsteps in the hallway.
No.
So you've been there.
Really?
We would hear, yes.
Like,
and every time, like actual footsteps.
Yeah.
And he would stop talking when we would hear the footsteps or if we saw a shadow in the doorway. And I said, is there a grown-up that doesn't want you to talk? And then the flashlight next to me would turn on.
So the principal came out, huh?
That's what we think.
Yeah. Boy, why do they got to be such jerks, man? Come on.
I know, and I talked about how sometimes principals just appear to be scary and they're really not. They're just doing their job, and just talked to a kid how I would talk to one of my students.
Now, what did I can't remember what I asked you to do. What did I ask? Didn't I ask you to give them an assignment or something?
You asked me to be a teacher.
Yeah, there you go.
So I tried being the teacher in the classroom, but my
daughter,
kids,
the spawn,
the kids, Shayna, they're all naughty.
That's all right.
But
you didn't do a lesson plan and go through the lesson plan and see if it hit anything?
We tried doing a lesson on, because there was lots of books on birds and states, and it was like we were in a social studies room. Yeah. So we tried talking about that, got nothing.
Huh. We
did get the flashlight going off, and there's a little closet that we called the timeout room.
The timeout room?
We may have stuck Amy in it with the flashlight that was turning on. Uh-huh. She's like, really? I'm like, yeah, we love you. So go in the timeout room.
Caitlin said the ABC game is super fun.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And Catherine said it was an amazing session. When they are having that awesome session, the rest of us in the boiler room kept hearing grumbling like ghost farts. That's what Ryan said.
Oh, see what I mean? They're naughty.
Yeah. And then Nate says, I went to that school. Mr. Skinner was the principal. That's what Nate said. Nate said he actually went to that school.
Okay.
There you go, Nate. That's pretty cool. I don't know if I've ever heard ghost farts. I've heard deer farts, but I haven't heard ghost farts. I guess it sounds the same.
I joke with our public when they come to quarters 1 because we have a FLIR camera.
Yeah.
And I always joke and say I would love to catch a fart on the thermal camera.
Yeah.
I had a guest take me up on it. He tried real hard.
I don't know if that gives off heat. I don't think we're giving that. I don't think I'm going to do that. But so that was really cool that you had that kind of experience. Now, did you have anything happen on the stairs at all?
No. Nothing really happened on the stairs.
Okay, now I've talked to people. I've never done anything in Farrar. I stuck my head in there for a little bit, and I drove by. Really cool place. But I had friends that I think it was one or two of guys I've had on the show before at the old radio station, and they said that they heard a radio down in the boiler room. It would like an old time. Music, like 50s, 60s music. Did you guys hear nothing like that?
We didn't. We heard a lot of, when we were in the boiler room, there was a lot of noises.
Okay.
We had consistent flashlights. We have I'm going to post an audio that started the session. And we're trying to debunk it because that's our goal. Prove things aren't haunted as well. But it was just very curious. We caught this. It's a little girl saying hi twice.
Where was
and
that?
like the first, down in the boiler room.
Down in the boiler room. Okay.
Yes. So I'm going to post it. I've gone through my audio. Amy's gone through hers. I still need to get hold of Becca's because she was down there too, just so we can try to match up to see if we can, if it was closer to one recorder than another recorder, to see if it was one of us and we just don't remember. So that's why we always run more than one recorder in session, so that we can match up audio and try to prove or disprove things.
No, that makes sense. Nate, Cheryl, help me out. Shama?
Shayna.
Shama. Shama.
Shayna.
What is it?
Shayna. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Do it phonetically I need to get a book. Phonetics for Idiots. Shayna, Nate, Shayna wants you to ask you a question since you went to school there. She wanted to know if you had any info for him. Message her or tell him if you can, if you're comfortable doing that. So there you go, a little background there going. So I here's the thing. Did you do the old ball or balloon in the hallways at all, or did you have access to the whole school?
We had access to the whole school.
Okay. All right.
So there's toys and everything there that teams have left and that type of thing. Amy has this electric ball, and you have to charge it, and it like lights up. And we believe it was the little boy, because this was in the auditorium, but he actually stopped the ball in the middle of the floor, and it was just spinning in the middle of the floor, where it just moves everywhere by itself. And we have a video of that.
Oh, that's cool.
So I will get that clip down to a shorter clip so it's not so long and everything. But we got a lot of really cool things.
Yeah.
Like part of us slept in the team room, and then 4 of the teams slept in the gymnasium.
Yeah.
Shayna and Becca slept. Ryan and Catherine did not. Ryan said he woke up at one point and it looked like there was a shadow of a man standing over Shayna. And he said, nope, not doing this, and put the blanket over his head and went to sleep.
That's on video?
No, I wish.
Oh, okay. Nate said
that's just a personal experience.
No, that's okay. Nate said he was very familiar with the office. He got into trouble a lot. So
that was a small office.
Yeah.
It's tiny.
Yeah, can't get away. Did anybody go in the cafeteria and kind of like do lunch, like a sack lunch or anything, to see if you got anything going on there? If I ever go do an investigation there, I'm gonna have a lesson plan, and I'm gonna and do what? Do what?
There's no cafeteria.
There's no cafeteria? Where'd they eat lunch at?
Was it part of the gym, maybe?
Maybe part of the gym. I know at my school, we don't have a cafeteria. We eat, the kids eat in the gym.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll do it in the gym. I would bring like Oreo cookies and stuff and set them out and see if they got any reaction.
Right?
Yeah. I got a lot of things I want to do, Cheryl. I just don't have time to do it. Nate says the gym was in the basement and the quote unquote bomb shelter. He said it was a bomb shelter too.
Yes. There are signs that, yes.
There's a sign there that says bomb shelter?
There, I believe it says shelter.
Ryan said he thought the cafeteria was in the room across from the safe room.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I was just asking.
Yeah.
Because you're a teacher in real life. I mean, part of the some of the most energy or activity in a school is in the cafeteria at lunch. I mean, everybody's having a great time, right?
Right, or the hallways where the kids are passing.
Especially if it's Taco Tuesdays.
We have Taco Monday. I
Really?
was very disappointed. That's new this year. I'm like, why are we having Taco Monday?
Well, that don't even sound good.
No.
Lunchroom, Nate says the lunchroom was in the small hallway before the steps to the gym.
Okay.
That's what Nate said. So you're getting a whole plethora of information here.
Right? And now the building's for sale.
Yeah. Now, what's up with that? I mean, when I was out there the last time, we went out there and we ran into some people from Seattle, Washington. I mean, they came that far. They rented the place for the weekend, and I mean, there
Hmm.
was like 20 of them, and they were having a ball. And
Right.
yeah, I mean, they attract people from all over the country.
Yeah, I just think it maybe the Olivers are just they're to the point in their lives where they're ready to retire. And so I mean if anyone's got $250,000 laying around, you can buy yourself an income making property.
Yeah, I'm just a poor bow hunter. I can't afford
I'm
it.
just a poor teacher. I
I
nah,
guarantee you, you got better benefits than I do. Yeah,
no.
I
we'll
don't.
find out
I don't even have
we'll find
dental.
we'll find out in 9 years when I retire how my benefits are.
Yeah, if you get to retire.
I
Yeah,
get to retire 9 years.
yeah. You
9.
hope. You might. It might be mandatory teaching until you drop.
Oh
They
no.
might. They might make an AI Cheryl and
That is terrible.
just have you keep on going. So nobody got touched. Nobody got anything the shirt pulled or no physical activity whatsoever.
No. Did anyone get messed with?
I think in the boiler room we might have had some brushes.
Shayna said in the boiler room there may have been like some brushing by people, but no like hair pulling or
Okay.
anything like that.
All right. Now, so I mean, you had a lot of activity, but you, like you said before, you're spoiled rotten because at quarters one, you guys get activity every time you go.
Right. Hold on. What?
In the auditorium when you
Yes.
guys were feeling sick.
Oh, Becca and I both did. True. I blocked all that.
And then Chloe.
I blocked
Yeah,
that
then
in the
I went to
auditorium.
it with other people.
Not in the session when we were talking to the little boy, but after that, Becca and I both started feeling ill.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you have?
I will just take it that it was my blood sugar bottoming out. But Becca also got sick and she can't say that, so
Was there a lot of EMF around?
not up there.
Usually, that's when usually people don't feel good. They get a lot of EMF around them.
Yes.
Yes.
It happened again
Oh.
with Amy and Chloe.
Okay.
So it reoccurred.
Okay. So Gabi just because I didn't do every session with everybody, so I'm
No,
learning
that's
things
okay.
as we
That's all right.
go.
That's all right.
It happened again in another session where people were feeling ill in another session in the auditorium.
Okay.
So
Well, that's fascinating. It sounds like you had a great time.
we always have a good time.
Yeah. Okay. Now,
We're a fun group.
I had a gentleman from Wisconsin that was supposed to come on the show and talk about the squirrel cage jail,
Uh-huh.
and he stiffed me. So I didn't hear back from him. And everybody I don't know what happened. I hope he's okay. Catherine says we went right back up after a short break and to see if it would happen again.
Okay.
That's what Catherine said. And
I was
Anita Joe says hi. Hi, Anita Joe. That's one of my buddies. That's Anita Joe and Mark Jenkins. Not Mark Jenkins. Mark. Anita, what's Mark's name? I can't remember people anymore. And he's my crappie fishing buddy. So
well, that's not good.
now, Cheryl, I'm telling you, it's getting horrible. I'll be 60 next year. I don't know what's next, man. I might be talking to you through a REM pod here soon.
Just not loud.
Yeah, just knock loud.
Not loud.
Richard, it's Richard. How could I forget Richard? I always tease him on the radio. Richard. Yeah. Richard. I got it, Anita. My synapse has finally fired, Anita. I got it. Thank you, Anita. Nate says Craig Jerkins. Rebecca Hook says the cafeteria kitchen is across the safe room. I was going to sleep in there, but it smelled mildewy, and we never got into a session there. Rebecca says too many rooms and not enough time. There
Yes.
you go. Too many rooms, and that should be a T-shirt. Too many rooms and not enough time.
Got that team. Get on that.
Yeah.
That's what people think at quarters 1 too, because we only investigate certain places and there's 51 rooms.
Yeah, that's crazy. So all right, go back to the squirrel cage thing. What was that? What was that? What was it? I mean, it was just an old jail back from the 1800s.
Yep.
In Omaha.
Yep.
Yeah, real small.
Yeah, we're very small and rotates.
Oh, the jail does?
So there's only one opening. So that's why they called it it's a cage. So the doors, so that the bars on the outside rotate around, and so the prisoners can come out when the opening gets to their cell.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's annoying.
So they had multiple deaths, prisoners committing suicide. One tied a rope to the bars, and then when it went around, he hung himself. They've had arms like dismembered, prisoners sticking their arms through, and things like that. So
that's not good.
no,
So were you there all for a whole evening or a weekend,
we
or?
were there just for an evening.
And what did you see or hear? What did you see or hear there?
Gosh, you're making me go. I am also old.
You're not old. I got socks older than you.
How? I am older than you think.
Yeah. I remember when teachers used to have manners.
I mean, I've been teaching for 21 years. So.
Well, that's okay. So it doesn't matter. It's you're only as young as you feel, right? I just my mind is not firing. So did you have anything that really stood out? I mean, as far as shadows or noises,
We had a lot of personal experiences, a lot of hearing things, knocking, like tapping on the walls.
Yeah.
At one point, we all went into different cells down on the first floor and just sat there. And like our proximity detectors would go off as if somebody was walking by. Just things like that. We didn't really get any audio recordings of any responses to anything. It was neat to go, and some of the places, they're active one night and not the next night.
Gotcha. All right.
So,
all right. It is 7:32 and some change here on the Unknown File Show on the After Call Radio Network. I need to take a real quick break. Cheryl, you hang on right there. I'm going to mute your mic. All right, and I'll pick you up back after the break. Is that okay?
sounds good.
All right, hang on real quick. Now, I'm going to be able to hear you through the laptop, so just talk quietly amongst yourselves. All right, we'll be right back on the Unknown File Show.
An Iowa story about a dream that took several years to come true in Osceola, Iowa. It's the story of Revelton Distilling Company. These fine distilled whiskeys, gins, and vodkas were born from the labor of Rob and Christina Taylor. It's amazing hearing the customers' descriptions of how unique each bottle looks and how each spirit tastes and satisfies every sip, from the honey whiskey to the whiskey cream, or the robust mulberry gin, American gin, or vodkas. Revelton Distilling visitors can't believe the flavor profiles the mixologists are creating at the distillery every day. Revelton Distillery is open Wednesday through Sunday in Osceola. They're located at 1400 West Clay Street, right off I-35. Revelton Distillery fine spirits are also available at your local grocery and other retailers around Iowa. Please check them out online at reveltondistillery.com or visit them at the distillery. If it's time to celebrate or just time to sit back and unwind, well, then it's time for a Revelton moment.
OnX Hunt helps hunters be more successful in the field each season, with maps of all public and private land and a fully functional GPS without service. The app, trusted by over 6 million users, has just released a bunch of new features to help you on your next hunt. New aerial imagery options like leaf off, recent imagery updated every 2 weeks with historic look back, and imagery on demand. On top of that, OnX is reinventing the trail camera market by syncing your hunt app with multiple cell camera manufacturers and helping to organize and analyze your photos. You can also now view your maps in Dash when driving to your next hunting location. These are just a few of the many updates OnX has for this hunting season. Try OnX Hunt free for 7 days or go to onxmaps.com/hunt and use code X for 20% off your new OnX Hunt membership. Try OnX Hunt free for 7 days or go to onxmaps.com/hunt and use code X for 20% off your new OnX Hunt membership.
Too many projects stacking up at home, and do you
One
need
more.
some help? Don't worry, just call Project Partners Design in Ankeny. Rob and Megan Fair have been helping folks catch up on home projects since 2017. Project Partners Design specialize on refinishing cabinets, mantles, bathroom vanities, or even power washing and staining the deck out back. Nothing but the best materials on all jobs. For example, on deck projects, they use Rymar Extreme Weather Deck Stain that'll last a long time in our Iowa weather. Rob and Megan can also help you design your projects with a mood design board, so your vision will always be in focus as your projects get completed. It's a great feature for those folks that like to do one project at a time. So don't feel overwhelmed getting your home looking the way you want it. Just pick up the phone and call 507-382-7050. That's 507-382-7050, or email projectpartnersdesign@gmail.com. Military discounts are available every day to those that serve. If it's time to remodel, or if the dog just got done chewing on the kitchen cabinets, pick up the phone and call Project Design Partners in Ankeny, or look them up on Facebook, and help will be on the way.
Hey America, when you barbecue, cookies is the one. Lots of flavor, lots of goodness, thick and rich, lots of fun. Hey America, when you
All right, welcome back to the Unknown File Show, file number 29, the Haunted Farrar with the Illinois Paranormal Research Group. I've got the ramrod of the outfit on there, Cheryl. Got her down. Good.
You are cutting out.
I'm cutting out.
There, now I can hear you.
You can hear me?
No, I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now? I said everybody needs to be nice to you because you got your demerit slips you can hand out.
I can write those referrals.
Your referrals, is that what they're called now? They're not called demerits, they're called referrals.
Referrals.
Oh my Lord. That's funny. All right, well, Halloween, this is kind of bittersweet for me because I was wanting to do this show through October, to lead up to Halloween, but unfortunately my schedule's not going to allow me to do that. So we'll be back. We'll be back doing the show live in January. So we're going to rerun and do all 29 shows as much as we can through there. What do you guys got going the rest of the year for the Illinois Paranormal Research Group?
Well, we are in our busy season.
Yeah,
we call it.
The witchy.
Right? So this weekend, Saturday, is actually National Ghost Hunting Day.
Is it really?
It's the last Saturday of September, and we are back at Edinburgh Manor this weekend. So we're going to be going live from out there. We're there Friday night through Sunday morning, so we've got it for the whole weekend.
Yeah.
All the team's going to be there except for Amy. Her kids have got sports and things, so she can't be there, but otherwise all 11 of 12 of us are going to be there, and we're hoping for some fun there.
Oh, I bet. Need to say hi to Jonathan real quick. Jonathan, hi. Thanks for watching. Richard says Bigfoot is near, Dan. You just have to pick the right stand. Thank you, Richard. I appreciate that.
So then on October 7th, we are taking part in the Old Haunted YMCA Paracon here in Rock Island. So we're taking part in that event this weekend. So we're going to have a table there, talk to whoever comes and talks to us. There's a bunch of different teams from all over the country going to be there. So we've got that. Oh, and then we do a trunk or treat for the city of Moline here.
Did you say trunk or treat?
Yeah, where the kids walk around and they go to your trunks. Yeah, trunk or treat.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Yeah.
And then we're back at Quarters 1, October 27th and 28th for a 2-night public event. So we'll have about 60 guests between the 2 nights.
Yeah. So do you guys talk about like all this UFO footage the government's released and some of the I was talking to a guy, and I want to hopefully have him on the show next year, but He was part of a military unit where they say they've actually got military camera footage of Bigfoots running around the Pacific Northwest. So I asked him if he would send me some clips. I mean, do you guys, when that stuff comes out, do you all talk about that in your meetings and stuff? Or
We talk about it among ourselves. It's
Yeah.
not something, I mean, UFOs are considered part of the paranormal realm. We talk about it among ourselves, but it isn't something that we like actively go out and look for. And
Well, no, I
investigate.
just wanted to see if the group, what the group thought. Do you guys, somebody asked me this the other day, and I can't remember her name. Is there like a database for people to go online and register their homes if they've got paranormal activity, or if they've got stuff that they would be willing to have people come in and investigate or share? Is there a registry for people to do that? Do you know of something like that?
I don't know of anything like that.
You guys should start that. Wouldn't that be a cool thing to do?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you guys can pioneer that.
Hey.
You know,
That they're
I
taking
think that's I don't want I wouldn't want people asking for money. I mean, but hey, we're having some really crazy stuff happening in the kitchen. We don't know what to make of it. This is our address. This is our phone number. Our email. We'd love to hear from you. Maybe have someone come check out. I think that'd be kind of neat if there was a data research.
Right. The only thing that would be really rough about that is if you put something out there in the public, then you're going to have people just showing up at your house and invading your privacy.
They wouldn't.
And,
really? They just show
yeah.
up? Wow, that's not nice.
People just show up out at Edinburgh at 1:00 in the morning.
Now, which one's that?
Because
Which
that's
is that
the one that's in Scotch Grove, Iowa.
Okay, that's the mental hospital.
Yeah, people just show up there at random times all the time.
Okay.
So just because it's on the list.
I told her if she listened to the show, I would ask you guys the question. So because
but they can reach out to. I mean, there's registries of teams.
Okay.
So if she was interested in having a team out to investigate.
Yeah, because I know, like on the Bigfoot side, they've got the Bigfoot research file thing. You can actually go on there and put in your whole sighting. And hey, Chris, how's it going, buddy? And Chris Nichols says, and sneak in. Yeah, I wouldn't be sneaking in anywhere, Chris. There's a lot of people packing heat these days. I wouldn't be doing that.
Right.
But I just think I told her I'd ask. I thought it was a good idea. So.
Yeah, that would be my holdout. Like as a property owner, if I was going to list my own personal home, that would be. I wouldn't want people just showing up or vandalizing or breaking in when you're not home, that type of thing.
Oh, I don't even want people coming over when I'm home.
Well, see?
I'm going to be a grumpy old guy. And I had a realtor tell me the other day, if you actually list that you have paranormal activity in your home, you actually can get more money for your house. Did you know that?
No, but I have seen like houses, like you always think it's a meme, like that they added it where it says this house is haunted or is haunted.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, they just added that because you're supposed to disclose all things, right?
Nobody told me when I bought my other house it was haunted, and it was haunted. I mean, we had a lot of weird stuff happen. Chris said there's a lot more cameras at Edinburgh now.
Yeah, on the outside.
Yeah. I don't blame them.
Cindy's protecting her property.
Well, I mean, if you got an investment in something, what you got to these days.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I don't blame them. So, yeah, I don't know. I just think you guys do a lot of neat stuff. I'd like to get up to quarters 1 with you guys. Is it Maven Manor has a lot of cameras too? Is that Maven?
Oh, Malvern
Manor. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I need to get readers. I'm too stubborn.
I take my glasses off to read up close. It's really bad.
Hey, you know what? When I got LASIK done like 25, 30 years ago, and I used to be nearsighted, and the guy overcorrected my eyes and made me farsighted. But what that did is, like I said, I'll be 60 in February, and I can still see my hand right here. I can still read. So he kind of did me a favor, but when I get it out to that other distance, it gets a little bit. So.
Yep.
Sounds like Dan could be a live episode for quarters 1. That's what
I'm telling you.
Yeah, we'll work it out. I'll get up there. I just I gotta work it. I'll have to have Andrew come in and do the shows or do a best of that week or something. See, let's see. May, June, and July are usually 3 good months for me. So
Okay.
to get away.
We are there in May.
Well, there you go. Maybe we'll shoot for May.
Okay.
Yeah. And after May, when's the next time?
August.
Well,
We usually, because I work my team real hard.
yeah.
We're there. So we're at quarters 1, January, February, March, April, May. June and July, we usually get to do fun things, go to
Yeah.
other places. And then we're back at usually quarters 1, August, September, October.
August
And then-
might work unless I go elk hunting somewhere. But Chris says it's going to get busy for him. Hunting season's coming up. You know it, man. I'll be sitting in a tree for 10 hours. Me and the squirrels. Yeah. I got this one stand, Cheryl. I've got these squirrels habituated on Pop-Tarts. I'll be there like a day and a half, and they'll actually come up and eat Pop-Tarts out of me.
Do they have a favorite flavor?
Blueberry frosted Pop-Tarts are their absolute favorite. The squirrels, it rocks. They rock, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. It's crazy. And then whatever they don't clean up, I got a raccoon. I got a dead cottonwood tree about 60 yards from my stand. And every once in a while, I'll see movement, and I'll get my camera tied on it, and it's a raccoon head coming out, and he's looking right at me, and then he'll go back down. And as soon as I leave, he comes and gets the rest of the Pop-Tart remnants. I think you should, Dan, go live at that place and do a live show. Anita, I promise if I make it out there, we'll do a live show. I just got to make sure we have Wi-Fi and some other stuff. Those squirrels sound like a 300-pound Buick. Yes, they do, Chris. Squirrels they always sound like a deer. So, all right. So you guys got a lot of stuff coming on. Are you anything around the holidays you guys are going to be doing?
We do Festival of Trees.
Yeah.
We always put in a tree for that. Otherwise, I give my team November and December off.
Okay.
To rest and revive, and gives us a chance to catch up on everything. Because when we do quarters 1s, we have 18 cameras that we run. And if we run it for 16 hours, that's 16 hours on each of those cameras that we have to go through. So,
have you guys ever done Resurrection Cemetery in Chicago? Resurrection Mary? You ever done that?
No. Nope. We've been to Bachelor's Grove.
I don't know what that
Cemetery.
is. What's that?
That's another cemetery up in Chicago.
And
that's known for a lot of gangster deaths and murders. And
anything crazy happen there besides hearing shots every once in a while?
No.
Yeah,
you have to be off grounds by 8 p.m. It's a national park.
Oh, they won't let you out.
And the police are waiting for you in the parking lot at 8 o'clock to make sure you are gone.
Man, that's crazy.
They're serious about it up there.
Oh, I know somebody. I had an email from a guy named Nathan. It was either Nathan or Nathaniel, or I think it was Nathan. He was from Belleville, Illinois, and he wanted to know if you guys ever did any old movie theaters, any investigations in movie theaters.
We did the Dubuque Opera House, but not any movie theaters. We did the Sterling High School. We did their theater where they perform, and then we investigated with their theater department. That was fun.
I bet. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, theater, real theaters and stuff. They're supposed to be pretty haunted.
Yeah. We've only done just the Dubuque Opera House.
Okay.
I'd like to get up to Sandwich, Illinois, and do the Sandwich Opera House. I've heard that one has a lot of activity also.
Yeah, and a lot of residual stuff walking around the stages and the lights and stuff. It'd be kind of neat. I've been trying to talk to the folks at the Birdcage Theater in Arizona at Tombstone. I'd love to go out there, but I can't get the owner to call me back. But I've been there. I only looked inside. I didn't get it. It's real small. It's not super big, but that place is supposed to be just crazy.
Yep. I think we're trying to get back. I think next summer we want to go to Ashmore Estates. I'm the only team member currently on the team who has been there, so it would be a new place for the rest of my team. So we're working on that for next summer.
Ryan says that Ryan Harmon says we will investigate anywhere that they will let us.
pretty much.
Yeah, and then Jonathan says, my wife said we have a ghost in our house. I am not a believer in them, but my daughter has seen something that made her cry for a couple hours. Jonathan, I'm sorry. Tell her it'll be all right. They can't hurt her. So.
Just tell them to leave her alone.
Let us know if you'd like to check those things out for y'all. Oh, that's nice. That was the lady. I can't say her name.
Ah,
Yeah, Shanana.
Shana. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, she was talking to John. Yeah. All right. Well, it's been a fun hour. You can always go.
Yeah.
You guys are on here. So you gotta teach tomorrow.
I have to teach tomorrow.
Yeah. You got papers to grade.
I do have papers to grade tonight.
Well, then
sometimes I hand half of them to my daughter and say, "Here, grade this," and she'll look at me. She's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Yeah, it'll go much faster."
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's funny. If someone wants to find out more about what you guys are doing in your activities, Cheryl, what's a good place for them to check out the Illinois Paranormal Research Group?
So we are, of course, on Facebook at the Illinois Paranormal Research Group. We are on TikTok at IL Paranormal Research Group. We have a website, www.ilprg.org, and we are also on TikTok, and that's at ILPRG.
Okay. All right.
So.
All right. Well, let me know how things go. I really want to. I'll be anxious to hear what's going on. I always follow you guys on Facebook and everything, so I was like,
yeah, we appreciate you.
No, it's both ways. You guys are one of our favorite guests on the show, so we appreciate that. I'll get the old Fleer dusted off and ready to go for next summer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. And you give my best to everybody, folks. Yeah, folks, if you want more information, just give them a holler or go check them out online. You'll really like them. All right, I'm going to get out of here. That is going to wrap it up for tonight's Unknown Files show, The Haunting of Farrar. And I appreciate everybody following us on that. I'm going to say goodbye to my Facebook audience. Cheryl, thank you, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye, everyone.
There they go.